I know he's alive and God's not finished. I know he's alive. Reading the Bible with Luke. Welcome back. I rock with that, yay. You dig? Alright, we're gonna get started. 127. 1 Chronicles 27. Yeah, let's just jump right into it. 27, 25. We're talking about assignments. Asmaveth, the son of Adil, was in charge of the king's storerooms. Then Jonathan, the son of Uzziah, was in charge of the storehouses in the country, in the cities, in the villages, and in the towers. Ezra, the son of Chelub, was in charge of those who did work of the field, tilling the soil. Shimi, the Ramathite, was in charge of the vineyards. I'm sorry, I just can't see myself in charge of the vineyards. All right. Zeb, they had to do some extra background checks. All right, before we let you control the vineyards, you know what I'm saying. All right, here we go. Zabdi, Zabdi. I'm gonna go with Zabdi. Zabdi. Yeah, the shipmite was in charge of the produce of the vineyards for the wine cellars. Mm. Baal the Jitterite, Jitterite. Baal Hanan the Jitterite was in charge of the olive and the sycamore trees in Shapila. And Jehosh was in charge of the stores of olive oil. Should try. I don't know, I like the way that sounds. Yeah. Should try, the Sharonite was in charge of the cattle grazing in Sharon. Shaphat, the son of Aldli, was in charge of the cattle in the valleys. Obil, Obil was the Ishmaelite. Obil, the Ishmaelite, was in charge of the camels, and Jediah, the Moronotite, was in charge of the donkeys. Jaziz was the Hagrite was in charge of the flocks. All these were overseers and stewards of the property which belonged to King David. Also, Jonathan, David's uncle, was a counselor and advisor, a man of understanding and wisdom, and a scribe. And Jehiel, the son of Hakmoni, attended the king's sons. Uh, oof. Mm. Burrell was counselor to the king. And Hushai the Archite was the king's companion and friend. Here you go again. Ahithophel. I hate to fall. How about that? I hate to fall was succeeded by Jehoiada, the son of Benaiah, and Abiathar. And Joab was the commander of the king's army. David assembled at Jerusalem all the leaders of Israel, the leaders of the tribes, and the commanders of the divisions that served the king, and the commanders of thousands, and the commanders of hundreds, and the overseers of all the property and livestock of the king and his sons, with the palace officers, and the mighty men, and all the brave warriors. Then David the king rose to his feet and said, "Hear me, my brothers, my people. I had intended to build a permanent home for the ark of the covenant of the Lord, and as a footstool for our God. Mm. Big as this ark was. And I prepared materials for the building. I might use that in my prayers. God, if you would use this as a footstool, I'm gonna get creative. Maybe not in my context, but since he know the word, because he put it here. So. But God said to me, "You shall not build a house for my name, because you are a man of war and have shed blood. However, the Lord, the God of Israel, chose me from all in my father's house to be king over Israel forever. For he has chosen Judah to be the leader, and in the house of Judah he chose the house of my father. And among the sons of my father he was pleased to make me king over Israel." Well, let's talk then, David. "Of all my sons, for the Lord has given me many sons, he has chosen my son Solomon to sit on the throne of the kingdom of the Lord over Israel." Well, you see he's getting a party going right now. He about to start a riot. "I will establish his kingdom forever if he loyally and continually obeys my commandments and my ordinance as he has done today." He getting started. He getting started, y'all. This is what happened. Okay. Let me tone it down a little bit. "Now, therefore, in the sight of all Israel, the assembly of the Lord, and in the hearing of our God, observe and seek after all the commandments of the Lord your God, so that you may possess the good land and leave it as an inheritance to your sons after you forever. As for you, Solomon, my son, know the God of your father." Mm. Mm. "Have personal knowledge of him. Mm. Be acquainted with, understand, appreciate, heed, and cherish." We know what heed mean, right? But I'm just gonna get a refresher. To pay attention. Oof. And cherish him. And serve him with a blameless heart and a willing mind. A willing mind. "For the Lord searches all hearts and minds, and understands every intent and inclination of thoughts." So you still thought that thought was yours? That craving? Understands every intent and inclination. That's pre-thought, pre-craving. If you seek him, inquiring for and of him, and requiring him as your first and vital necessity, he will let you find him. Hmm. I gotta stop right there, because I hear so many times as I talk to other people and other parents, they say, "Well, my kids come first." You know, uh, I just hear that so many, and I don't know if it's just Well, okay, my kids come first, and I don't judge because I mean this is something that you help create. Do you understand? I don't. You help create your children. You are a part of their life. They're following you by example. I have to wonder what it would look like if my first was seeking him first and making that vital. He said he'll let me find him then. Okay. But if you abandon him, he will reject you forever. Alright, we're gonna look up abandon. Ooh. To give up the control or influence of another person or agent. To give up with the intent of never again claiming a right or interest. And I think that's the one that he's like, you ain't gonna rock with me no more. Ever. Like that's just it. Like you out. You're gonna leave me with the kids. You're gonna leave me. I'm sorry. That's too personal. Abandon. To withdraw from often in the face of danger or encroachment. Let's see that one too. To withdraw protection, support, or help from. Oof. To give oneself over unrestrainedly. To cease from maintaining, practicing, or using. Y'all better not abandon him. Y'all better read this Bible. To cease from maintaining, practicing, or using, to cease intending or attempting to perform. All right, sorry, I went a little long there, but it gets a little heavy. It gets a little heavy. It's getting heavy. All right, reading the Bible alone. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you next time.